You might be thinking it's a bit early to be talking about the final project, but timing is everything on this one. You don't want to have that stress at the end. Never stop learning because life never stops teaching. We're covering a lot of subjects throughout the semester, and as you're learning this, this is a good time to start putting those into that final project. What is that final project? Well, let's get there. Let's talk about what the actual goal of that project is first. Let's discuss what the final project is. Let's be creative with it, and remember timing. Our goal. Our goal is to actually help you remember what this course taught you. Because what we have found is that if you read something, you learn a little bit. You hear it, you learn a little bit more. You see it, you learn more. That's kind of what we've covered in the lectures, you know? You get the opportunity to read the textbook, you hear me talking about it, I show you some type of display about it, and you're getting there. Then we start having the discussion boards and you're discussing it. And as you're discussing it, you're experiencing it. But to truly get to the top of retention, of education, you absolutely need to teach it. And that's what this final project really is about, is getting to that top. So that way you can reinforce what you've learned and you can start applying that to your life. All right. This slide will take a moment for you to read through because it's a cut and paste from the syllabus. And what I'm really trying to do here is I'm telling you what I'm looking at for this final project. There's the traditional approach. I really want to know from chapters 2 through 10 what you picked up from our textbook and from the learning modules. The reason why I chose these chapters is chapter 1 is an introduction. Chapter 2, we actually start talking about the interpersonal communication. And we do that all the way through chapter 10. Chapter 11 through 14 then becomes how we apply those chapters in different situations, from romantic relationships to friendships to family to workplace. So the key chapters for your final project are chapters 2 through 10. I also stopped giving quizzes after chapter 10. Why? So you can get this final project done. There is a traditional approach to this. You can write a paper taking 2 to 3 objects from each section, each chapter, expanding upon it and applying it. Explain it to me so I am learning and you're reviewing. And in this process, it's a very simple paper you come up with, APA formatted. We're normally talking about 8 to 10 pages. That's double space, 12 font. That is a very traditional way to look at it, but that may not be you. And I know at the end of the semester, I'm one of multiple classes you're taking, and I don't want to necessarily increase your pressure and your stress at that last moment. So what I'm trying to give you the option of doing is building it up, and so all you're really doing in the last few weeks of the class is putting it together and presenting it. Now you can do the APA formatted paper, or come up with something. I've had students do some very imaginative things. I have had a talk show done on it where it's kind of like they did interviews with people in their lives and how the different concepts from the book and the lectures applied to them. And it was really kind of an interesting review. I had one do a game show. I've had others sit down and they have done a video journal or a vlog where they talked about the important concepts from each chapter and what it meant to them. And all these are perfectly acceptable. Matter of fact, I'm not putting up a border on, oh, you can't go here. If you end up having questions, ask me. But what I really want to see is you teach me what you learned, and thus you're also increasing how much retention you have. I want you to be creative. Express yourself. Go ahead and let me know, hey, can I do it this way? Of course, contact me and we can work out a way that maybe you can apply your idea, your creative approach to it. I'd be thrilled. That is perfectly fine. And the more creative you are, the more likely you are to recall that information in the future. Because you'll remember, man, I did this real cool project for my interpersonal class, and in that, you wouldn't believe what I did. I did this, and it was so cool. And I remember I talked about this, this, and this. Wow. Yeah, that's my goal. I really wanted you to retain the information so you can apply it in your life. And the final project is just a way to demonstrate that and to reinforce what you learned through the semester. Timing. Please don't wait till the last minute because this can impact your final grade. It is a big project. It's a big project, not a complex project, but it is one that if you wait until the last hour to do it, you're going to lead yourself into stress and anxiety and all those horrible things. So start early. Go ahead and start taking notes as you're doing the chapters and putting it together, and that will reduce your stress because guess what? The biology teacher, the algebra teacher, the geometry teacher, all of them will be putting stress on you to study for your final. And I don't want to be part of that stress. I'd rather have you check that box. I got that interpersonal done. I can focus on this now. Keep me updated. Let me know if you have any questions. So we talked about our goal. We discussed the final project. I told you, be creative. If you're stuck and you don't have any ideas, APA paper is fine. I don't grade you down for it. What I want to see is that you are going to have information to apply in your life. Creativity is intelligence having fun. Have fun with this project, and we can always thank Albert Einstein for that wonderful quote.